In this video, we will dive into how the QB market could affect the Baltimore Ravens going forward and their future quarterback situation. A division rival enters the cone of silence, a quick trip overseas, Odell Beckham Jr., fly, Eagles fly, a possibility with the situation going on with Lamar Jackson, and a message from the First Lady. So let's go. And let's start off with the situation going on with Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets and how this can affect the Baltimore Ravens and the future of the NFL going forward. Now, if you are unaware, the New York Jets have been trying for the past month or so to trade for Aaron Rodgers from the Green Bay Packers, as he stated on the Pat McAfee show that he planned on being a New York Jet for the upcoming season. Now, the hiccup going on with this is the New York Jets and the Green Bay Packers can't seem to come to an agreement on what the compensation should be. The Green Bay Packers want a first-round pick in the 2024 draft, but New York wants some kind of protection because you never know with Aaron Rodgers if he's going to play, retire, what kind of drama he's going to bring. So they're willing to give up a second, not a first-round pick. With this uncertainty going on, other teams may be on the move trying to get Aaron Rodgers' services. It is rumored that the San Francisco 49ers, Aaron Rodgers' hometown team, is kind of in the mix looking to trade for this QB. Now, with this being said, if the 49ers are in and they actually get Aaron Rodgers, that leaves the New York Jets without a QB. I know that Joe Douglas said that it wouldn't be in good faith that they dealt with Lamar Jackson because they were all in on Aaron Rodgers. But if he is out of the picture, what do? Do they go into the draft and try to move up to get a QB? I mean, their history of it hasn't been well drafting them. So why would you not go out and get a proven commodity regardless of the money? The New York Jets have a young team ready to contend for a Super Bowl now, and Lamar Jackson would put that over the top. So with Aaron Rodgers going to San Francisco, that could put New York in play for Lamar Jackson. Not to be outdone, the San Francisco 49ers have not put their eggs all in one basket. If they cannot attain Aaron Rodgers, there are also rumors that the 49ers are looking into getting Kirk Cousins. I don't know why. I know Kyle Shanahan feels like, hey, I can do more with less and I can change his fortunes around. Being that Kirk Cousins and Shanahan were together in Washington, this may be a move that might work out. Is he an upgrade from Brock Purdy? That's a debate for another time. And last but not least, the New England Patriots. There seems to be some dissension within the ranks. Owner Robert Kraft, I don't know what you can take from his comments. He wants Bill Belichick to break the all-time wins record. But after that, I don't think that he's committing to Bill Belichick because without Tom Brady, Bill Belichick has been sort of average, around average, a little bit below. And part of it has to do with the quarterback play. With Tom Brady going to Tampa Bay, that left New England in a precarious situation, having to go with Mac Jones. And rumors are they're not too happy with him, or at least Bill Belichick isn't. He is a man of loyalty, and he feels like Mac Jones is disloyal because he went outside of the organization to try to get help to improve his game. Now, on one hand, it's like, why couldn't you come to your head coach? But on the other hand, can you really be mad at someone who's trying to better themselves no matter the cost? Also, if you delve into the situation, Bill Belichick had a special teamer and a former defensive coordinator running his offense. What did you think Mac Jones was going to do with that? Plus, the wide receiving core had to be maybe bottom 5 in the NFL. So you didn't give him help. You didn't give him coaching. What did you expect him to do? Exactly what he did. He looked for outside counsel. Now, to Bill Belichick, I guess that must be blasphemy within his organization. Now he's looking to trade the former first-round pick. So this leaves another situation, or quarterback quandary, if you will, where a team needs a quarterback, and Bill Belichick has always been in love with Lamar Jackson. He has not heaped praise on a lot of players publicly, but he has come out and said Lamar is the bee's knees. Belichick is totally enamored with Lamar, so that could be another team that possibly enters the race. Now, like I said before, I don't think any movement will happen until after the NFL draft. But this is another team that becomes in play. If the draft goes down and nobody makes a move for Lamar, that opens up the possibilities for San Francisco, Miami, or another team that has 2024 and 2025 first-round picks. In Cincinnati, The Bengals and Joe Burrow have agreed to enter a cone of silence, so to speak, and not speak upon contract negotiations going forward. They want to keep things under wraps so there are no rumors, no reports, nothing gets leaked out that can kind of hinder the progress between the quarterback and the organization. Unlike the Baltimore Ravens, where allegedly the Ravens have leaked out some information between Lamar and themselves, and it kind of put a strain on contract negotiations. I can see where Cincinnati wants to keep this under wraps so that there's no competition, there's no rumors, no backlash going forward. But for me, I think that NFL players should start banding together like the NBA does and try to get to a point where if you're not getting fully guaranteed contracts, you get something close to it. Because, like I've stated before, this is a highly volatile, violent sport where players' quality of life afterwards isn't that great. So you want to get all the money that you can. Now, I know that some believe NFL players are overpaid, athletes in general are overpaid, but the entertainment value that they provide, the money that they make these organizations, the revenue generated for each city cannot be stated. So I say, players, get all of your money. Joe Burrow, do your thing, and hopefully you can get something done really soon, and then that ups the ante for the quarterbacks going afterward. Okay, this episode is sponsored by B Squared. If you have any gifts that you want to give your loved ones, you need a little something extra that you want to give to somebody special, we got you right here. Check out the website and order something today. You can also get a 15% discount if you use the code HENDO15. So make sure you hit up the site, get you something good, and alleviate those worries about finding a gift for someone special. Is the NFL going international? There have been talks about building teams overseas and actually making an international division for the teams across the pond, across the way, maybe in Mexico. There is just a big push to expand this brand globally. Now, for me personally, would I like to see a team in other cities? It may be a good look, but I just think about the travel and the consequences, how it would affect the game. Now, for the teams that have to travel to international play, it may be once, twice a year, but for the international teams having to travel for the majority of their games, that takes a lot out of you. Now, it does give for an expansion of players, which I always love because it gives people more jobs, but I just think that it would take a toll on the team, the league as a whole. I have enough trouble as is just getting downtown and getting to a game. So imagine me having to go to Germany, which is the site of possibly one of Kansas City's games this year, as they are testing out facilities, stadiums, and other sites. Is this a good thing or bad thing for the NFL? Let me know. Odell Beckham Jr., is he a possibility for the Baltimore Ravens? Can we actually sign a wide receiver of a big name that's close to his prime? Maybe a little bit past it, but he is better than anything that we're throwing out there right now. In the past, the Ravens have been rumored to be in on a lot of offensive players that they just never got. This has actually been a time where they have publicly stated the Ravens have offered Odell Beckham Jr. a contract. Now, I don't think that with the quarterback conundrum that we have, OBJ would come here to play. I think he is just holding out, waiting to see what Aaron Rodgers is going to do, because as I stated before, they really want to play together for some reason. And I think New York would be the destination, being that OBJ is familiar with that stadium and that city. Speaking of acquisitions, fly, Eagles fly. Darius Slay recently came out and stated on his podcast that he was a hair close to signing with the Baltimore Ravens. At first, the Eagles were going to let Darius Slay test the free agent market, but then they changed their mind at the last minute. But as you can see in this clip,
lease situation, when I told y'all I was this close to signing to the Ravens, I had to ask what was up with Lamar before I even get there, you know what I'm saying? I had hit some guys up that I know that play for them guys, and I like, man, what y'all doing, Lamar? And
Slay stated that the Ravens offered him exactly what he wanted. So the price must have been very good. Now, prior reports were the Ravens were cash strapped because of the Lamar situation, and they weren't able to sign big name wide receivers because of it. Once again, when a defensive player comes available, the Ravens always seem to find the money to make moves to get him. A couple years ago, it was we couldn't get a wide receiver, but we were all in on trying to trade for Xavier Howard. This just brings up the question, are you really in on Lamar? Do you believe in him as a quarterback? And are you doing everything possible to make this a winning franchise? Or are you still stuck in the same mindset that defense wins championships? When is enough going to be enough, especially at the cornerback position? You draft cornerback, you pay free agent cornerbacks, you trade for cornerbacks. When is it going to be enough? When are you going to get the guys that these cornerbacks have to defend? One rumor that I am not happy about is the possibility that Lamar Jackson may sit out if he has to play on the franchise tag. Now, for him, you got to do what you got to do. He told them before he wanted a long-term deal. He gave them multiple chances to negotiate. They should have done it after the 2020 season, but they did not. Would Lamar change ways? Because he's always done things the right way. No matter what the contract situation was, he came to training camp, he came to OTAs, he played the season until he got hurt. Now, I know a lot of people think that because he wanted a bigger contract, he did not play in the playoff game, but that is unlike Lamar. Will he stick to prior tendencies, or is Lamar now going to play the bad guy role? Because being a nice guy did not get it done. Go get your money, young man. Congratulations to the Louisiana State University Lady Tigers for winning the NCAA Women's College Basketball Championship. Now, Sunday was a great day for women's college basketball, in my opinion. It was a great day for LSU, but it is also a day that kind of had us divided once again, with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese being the focal point of this game. We are not celebrating the win by the LSU Tigers. We are now debating who was right, who was wrong, what's going on in ladies sports. Now, to me, I think that people are missing the point of what went on. It's about competition. It's not about who did what, at what point, at what time. Both players did it, regardless of the circumstance of the situation. They had their moments. We love trash talking when it comes to men. But I think the bigger issue now is the first lady decided that she wanted to send out a message saying we should invite the Iowa Hawkeyes to the White House to celebrate with LSU. Now, this has not been done previously to this statement, so it didn't sit well with a lot of people. And the question was, if this were a men's team and there were losers, would the first lady have even put out this statement? I think personally, she was tone deaf to what was going on, because this situation brought a lot of racial tension. And for her to put that out there, being that it's like the old Lakers and Celtics rivals of the 80s, you have an all-black team predominantly, and you have an all-white team predominantly. And because the all-white team lost, now you want to kind of invite them out of good sportsmanship when this has never been done before. And like I said, I think this was just tone deaf on the first lady. Whether she meant harm or she did not, it's no point. She should have looked at the situation and thought about it before she put the tweet out. Now, a lot of people are debating how Angel Reese should have handled it, but she said, what a joke. And to a lot of people, it was a joke. When have we ever invited second place to celebrate a championship? I appreciate you all rocking with your boy once again. If you like what I'm doing, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I come out with a new video. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Out.